Imagine this. You've been working tirelessly, day in and day out. No one notices. No one claps for you. Doubters whisper behind your back, waiting for you to fail. But here's the secret. They don't need to see your progress. They don't need to hear your plans, because one day when you finally step into the spotlight of success, they won't just notice you. They'll be in awe of you. This is the power of working hard in silence. This is how you shock the world with your success. If you ever felt underestimated, overlooked, or doubted, this message is for you. Step 1, the power of silent effort. Success is rarely loud in its early stages. It doesn't announce itself with fanfare or seek approval before it materializes. The most successful people understand that real progress happens behind the scenes, away from the noise, and out of the public eye. Silent effort is the foundation upon which great achievements are built. When you work in silence, you remove distractions. You eliminate the need for validation from others. Many people feel the urge to share their goals with the world before they even take the first step. They seek praise for the intention rather than the execution. But the truth is, talking about your plans can create a false sense of accomplishment. It tricks the mind into believing that progress has already been made, when in reality nothing substantial has changed. Working in silence allows you to focus on what truly matters: improvement, consistency, and mastery. It keeps you disciplined because there is no external pressure to meet expectations set by public declarations. Instead, the only expectation is the one you set for yourself. You are not driven by applause or recognition. You are driven by a commitment to excellence. There is also an element of surprise in silent effort. When people do not see the hours of dedication, the late nights, the early mornings, and the relentless practice, they assume that nothing is happening. They underestimate the work being done behind closed doors. But success does not need an audience during its formation. It is cultivated in solitude, refined in struggle, and strengthened by persistence. The greatest advantage of silent effort is that it builds resilience. Without external validation, you learn to rely on inner motivation. You become accustomed to pushing forward without applause, without encouragement, and without immediate results. This mindset separates those who achieve extraordinary success from those who give up when recognition doesn't come quickly. Step 2, consistency over noise. Many people mistake movement for progress. They believe that if they talk about their goals enough, if they share their ambitions with enough people, success will somehow follow. But success is never the result of noise. It is the result of consistency. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not the ones constantly announcing their intentions. They are the ones showing up every single day, doing the work, whether anyone notices or not. Consistency is the great equalizer. It does not require talent, luck, or perfect conditions. It only demands that you commit to small, repeated actions over time. These actions may seem insignificant in the moment. Waking up early to practice a skill, staying late to refine a project, reading one more page, making one more call. But over time, they compound into something extraordinary. The problem is that most people crave immediate recognition. They want their hard work to be seen and validated instantly. When that doesn't happen, they become discouraged and either slow down or stop altogether. This is why noise is dangerous. It creates a false sense of achievement. Talking about your goals, posting about your plans, and seeking approval from others might feel productive, but it does not move you forward. It merely satisfies the ego in the short term. People who rely on noise rather than action often find themselves in a cycle of starting and stopping, never gaining momentum because they are more focused on how they are perceived rather than what they are actually doing. True progress happens quietly. The best athletes, artists, entrepreneurs, and leaders are not the ones making the most noise about their efforts. They are the ones repeating the fundamentals every single day, regardless of whether anyone is watching. Their discipline is not dependent on motivation or external validation. They understand that mastery is built through repetition, through thousands of unseen hours dedicated to their craft. While others are busy proving themselves with words, those who understand the power of consistency are proving themselves with results. They are not chasing recognition, they are chasing excellence. They do not need to declare their dedication because their actions speak louder than any words ever could. Step 3, developing a growth mindset. Success is not determined by natural talent, luck, or circumstances. It is determined by mindset. The way you think about challenges, failures, and effort shapes your ability to grow and improve. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities are not fixed, that intelligence and skill can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. It is the foundation of personal and professional success because it allows you to embrace obstacles as opportunities rather than barriers. Many people operate with a fixed mindset, believing that their abilities are set in stone. They assume that intelligence, creativity, and talent are innate. And if they struggle with something, it means they are simply not good enough. This mindset is limiting because it discourages effort. People with a fixed mindset avoid challenges because they fear failure will expose their inadequacy. They seek validation rather than improvement, preferring to stay within their comfort zones where they feel competent rather than pushing themselves into areas of uncertainty and growth. A growth mindset, on the other hand, thrives on challenge. It sees failure not as evidence of incompetence, but as proof of learning. Every setback becomes a lesson, every obstacle a chance to develop resilience. Instead of fearing difficulties, people with a growth mindset welcome them, knowing that mastery comes from repeated practice and adjustment. They understand that no one is born an expert. Every successful person has gone through a process of learning, failing, and refining their skills. One of the most powerful aspects of a growth mindset is the ability to reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as an endpoint, it is viewed as a stepping stone. The most successful individuals in history, whether in business, sports, or the arts, have all faced countless failures before achieving greatness. What separates them from the rest is their ability to keep going despite those failures, to extract valuable lessons from every mistake, and to adjust their approach without losing confidence. Effort is another key component of a growth mindset. Many people believe that talent alone is enough to succeed, but the reality is that effort is what turns potential into achievement. When you believe that you can improve, you put in the necessary work to do so. You focus on progress rather than perfection, understanding that every small step forward is part of the bigger picture. Learning also plays a critical role. A person with a growth mindset is constantly seeking knowledge, feedback, and new perspectives. They do not take criticism personally. Instead, they see it as valuable information for improvement. They are curious, always asking questions, always refining their understanding. They read, they observe, they practice. They do not rely on past successes to carry them forward. They continuously seek ways to improve, knowing that there is always more to learn. The environment you surround yourself with also influences your mindset. People with a growth mindset gravitate toward those who challenge them, who push them to be better, who inspire them to think bigger. They avoid negativity and excuses, refusing to let external circumstances dictate their potential. They take full responsibility for their own growth, understanding that no one else is responsible for their success or failure. Ultimately, developing a growth mindset is about shifting the way you see effort, failure, and learning. It is about realizing that intelligence and talent are just the starting point, and that what truly matters is your willingness to keep improving, to stay disciplined, and to persist even when things get difficult. Step 4, the role of self-discipline. Self-discipline is the cornerstone of success. It is the ability to control your impulses, stay focused on your goals, and do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. While motivation is temporary and fluctuates based on emotions and circumstances, self-discipline is what keeps you moving forward regardless of how you feel in the moment. It is the silent force that separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. At its core, self-discipline is about delayed gratification. In a world that promotes instant results and quick rewards, disciplined individuals understand the value of patience. They recognize that success is not built overnight, but is the result of consistent effort over time. Instead of giving in to distractions or temptations, they prioritize long-term achievement over short-term pleasure. They are willing to sacrifice temporary comforts to create a future that aligns with their ambition. One of the most challenging aspects of self-discipline is overcoming resistance. The human mind naturally seeks comfort and avoids discomfort. When faced with a difficult task, the brain will generate excuses, distractions, and justifications for why it can wait. This is where self-discipline comes in. It overrides those excuses and forces action, even when it is inconvenient or difficult. Those who develop strong self-discipline do not rely on fleeting bursts of motivation. They rely on habits, routines, and personal standards that keep them accountable. Habits play a crucial role in self-discipline. Successful individuals do not leave their progress up to chance. They create structured routines that remove decision fatigue and automate the behaviors that lead to success. Whether it's waking up early, exercising regularly, reading every day, or committing to a strict work schedule, these habits eliminate the need for willpower in the moment because they become ingrained into daily life. When discipline is built into your routine, it becomes second nature. Another critical component of self-discipline is the ability to control emotions. Many people allow their feelings to dictate their actions. If they feel tired, they skip a workout. If they feel uninspired, they procrastinate on important work. If they experience failure, they give up entirely. Disciplined individuals, however, do not make decisions based on emotions. They understand that feelings are temporary and unreliable, but commitment is constant. They train themselves to act independently of their mood, recognizing that progress is made through consistency, not convenience. Discipline also requires a high level of self-awareness. It demands that you identify your weaknesses, distractions, and triggers that lead to procrastination or failure. Without this awareness, it is easy to fall into patterns of avoidance and self-sabotage. Disciplined individuals take responsibility for their actions and choices. They do not blame external circumstances or wait for the right time to take action. They create their own conditions for success and adapt when challenges arise. Another challenge that tests self-discipline is the presence of external influences. The world is filled with distractions: social media, entertainment, peer pressure, and endless opportunities to waste time. Those who lack discipline become victims of these distractions, constantly shifting their focus from one thing to another without making real progress. Disciplined individuals, on the other hand, protect their time and energy. They set clear boundaries, eliminate unnecessary distractions, and remain committed to their priorities no matter what is happening around them. There's also an element of mental toughness in self-discipline. It requires resilience in the face of failure, rejection, and setbacks. Many people give up when they do not see immediate results, but those with self-discipline persist even when progress is slow. They trust the process, knowing that every small effort compounds over time. They do not let temporary struggles define them. Instead, they use challenges as fuel to keep pushing forward. Accountability is another crucial aspect of self-discipline. Disciplined individuals hold themselves to high standards and do not allow excuses to dictate their outcomes. They set clear goals, track their progress, and adjust their strategies when necessary. They do not wait for someone else to push them or remind them of their responsibilities. They take full ownership of their action. Ultimately, self-discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. It is the silent, unseen force that drives consistent action, even when motivation fades. It is what separates those who dream from those who do, those who start from those who finish, and those who wish for success from those who actually achieve it. Step 5, let success speak for itself. In a world where people crave attention and recognition, the most powerful statement you can make is through your results. True success does not require announcements, validation, or constant reminders to others. It speaks for itself in a way that words never can. When you dedicate yourself to your work, remain focused on your goals, and allow your accomplishments to unfold naturally, you command respect without needing to seek it. Many people waste time trying to prove their worth before they have achieved anything substantial. They talk about their plans, exaggerate their efforts, and seek approval before the work is even complete. While this may offer temporary validation, it ultimately does nothing to bring them closer to real success. When people spend more time talking than doing, they create an illusion of progress while failing to make any real impact. On the other hand, those who focus on the work itself understand that success is not about perception, it is about results. They do not waste time trying to convince others of their potential because they know that, in the end, actions are what matter. They are not concerned with applause or admiration, they are concerned with execution. They pour their energy into their craft, refine their skills, and commit to excellence in everything they do. One of the most powerful aspects of allowing success to speak for itself is the element of surprise. When you work silently without making a spectacle of your progress, people assume nothing significant is happening. They underestimate you. They overlook you. But then one day, when your results become undeniable, they are left speechless. The people who once ignored you are now paying attention. The ones who doubted you now admire you. And it all happened not because you told them you were going to succeed, but because you actually did. This principle applies to every area of life, whether in business, sports, personal development, or any other pursuit. The greatest athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders are not the ones constantly broadcasting their every move. They are the ones working in silence, sharpening their abilities, and letting their performance do the talking. When Michael Jordan trained, he did not spend time boasting about how hard he was working. He simply stepped onto the court and dominated. When top entrepreneurs build their businesses, they do not waste time convincing people they are going to succeed. They focus on execution, and their results make the statement for them. There is also an element of humility in this approach. People who allow their success to speak for itself are not seeking validation. They are seeking mastery. They understand that real achievement is not about proving a point. It is about becoming the best version of themselves. They do not feel the need to boast or seek approval because their confidence comes from within, not from external praise. When you stop seeking recognition and instead channel that energy into your work, you become unstoppable. You no longer depend on the opinions of others to fuel your ambition. You develop an unshakable focus that allows you to keep moving forward regardless of who is watching. This mindset separates those who achieve extraordinary things from those who merely wish for success. Another benefit of letting success speak for itself is that it creates a lasting impact. Words fade, but results endure. People may not remember what you said about your plans, but they will remember what you accomplished. When you focus on execution rather than promotion, you build a reputation that carries far more weight than any self-proclaimed statement ever could. The world respects those who deliver, not those who just talk. In the end, the greatest victories are the ones that require no explanation. They are felt, seen, and recognized without a single word. When you commit yourself to your goals, work diligently without distraction, and allow your results to do the talking, you not only achieve success, you redefine what is possible. Step 6, shocking the doubters. Doubt is one of the most common obstacles on the road to success. At every stage of life, there will be people who question your abilities, who tell you that you are not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough to achieve your goals. Some will do it openly, while others will do it behind your back, quietly expecting you to fail. Doubters exist everywhere. Sometimes they are strangers, sometimes they are colleagues, and sometimes they are even friends or family members. They believe they are being realistic, But in truth, their words are often a reflection of their own limitations, not yours. The mistake most people make when faced with doubt is trying to argue against it. They feel the need to explain themselves, to defend their dreams, and to prove their worth through words rather than actions. But the best way to silence doubters is not through debates or explanations. It is through undeniable success. When you focus all your energy on executing your vision instead of responding to negativity, you put yourself in a position to shock those who never believed in you. There is a deep satisfaction in proving people wrong, but the key is to do it without wasting time on distractions. Instead of being discouraged by criticism, use it as fuel. Every doubt, every dismissive comment, every moment of being underestimated can serve as motivation to push harder, to stay disciplined, and to go further than anyone expected. The greatest revenge against doubt is relentless progress. While others talk, you work. While they laugh, you learn. And while they wait for you to fail, you prepare for your breakthrough. Doubters often rely on past perceptions of you. They remember the old version of you, the one who struggled, who made mistakes, who hadn't yet achieved what you set out to do. They are blind to your growth because they are too focused on what you were, not what you are becoming. This is why shocking the doubters is so powerful. When they finally see the results of your hard work, they are forced to reevaluate their assumptions. They can no longer ignore the evidence of your success. History is filled with stories of people who were doubted and dismissed, only to rise above expectations. Albert Einstein was told he would never amount to anything. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job because she was deemed unfit for TV. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. These individuals did not waste time arguing with those who doubted them. They used the skepticism as motivation to refine their craft, to push beyond their limits, and to come back so strong that no one could ever question them again. The process of shocking doubters requires patience. Success does not happen overnight. There will be times when progress is slow, when results are not immediately visible, and when it feels like no one believes in you. This is where mental toughness comes into play. You must have the resilience to keep going even when there is no applause, no support, and no validation. The best way to prove people wrong is not to tell them what you will do. It is to simply do it and let the results speak for themselves. One of the most powerful aspects of proving doubters wrong is the transformation that happens within you. As you push forward, as you overcome obstacles, and as you achieve what once seemed impossible, you begin to realize that their doubt was never really about you. It was about them. Many people project their own fears, insecurities, and failures onto others. They doubt you because they doubt themselves. They do not believe in you because they do not believe in their own ability to achieve greatness. When you succeed, you not only break free from their limitations, but you also set an example that others can follow. It is important to remember that your success should not come from a place of revenge or anger, but from a commitment to your own growth. Do not waste energy being bitter about those who doubted you. Instead, focus on becoming so good at what you do that no one can ignore you. True success is undeniable. It does not require an explanation, an announcement, or an argument. It simply demands recognition through results. The most incredible feeling in the world is not telling doubters they were wrong. It is watching them realize it on their own. The ones who laughed at you, ignored you, or looked down on you will eventually be forced to acknowledge what you have become. They will see your success, and in that moment they will understand that they were wrong to ever doubt you. Success is not built on words, recognition, or validation. It is built on quiet effort, relentless discipline, and an unshakable belief in your own potential. The most powerful way to make a statement is not by announcing your plans, but by executing them. While others waste time talking, seeking approval, or making noise, you stay focused, committed, and consistent. The path to greatness is not for those who seek shortcuts or applause. It is for those who are willing to work in silence, to endure setbacks without losing faith, and to push forward even when no one is watching. Every small action, every disciplined habit, and every unnoticed hour of hard work compounds over time into something undeniable. And when that success finally arrives, it will not need an introduction. It will speak for itself. The same people who doubted you will be left in awe. The same ones who overlooked you will now see your worth. Not because you told them, not because you demanded recognition, but because your results became impossible to ignore. So keep working, keep learning, keep growing. Let success be your voice. Let discipline be your fuel, and let your achievements be the only response you ever need to give.